Thank you for watching Meatsauce Monty. Paul Meatsauce Lambert is back. Missed you last week.
It was a weird adventure I went on, but I'm glad to be back.
I feel like I'm kind of in the Vikings situation. You are my Case Keenum. You're my starter. We're winners together. And then you go away, and I got to find a backup. So I got Common Man.
Yeah.
You know, and he did okay, but it's Meatsauce
he's
and
better
Monty.
than I am.
Yeah, but the show right there. I mean, it's your cartoon
I never
face.
noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your name, your face, your image.
I didn't know that.
Your show. So
well, it's
glad
not
to have
my
you
show.
back. So how was London?
It was wonderful. Yeah, it was great. I've never been west of Ohio, and it was cool to fly over the Pacific Ocean to get to Ohio or London. We had a great time. The Vikings won. It was perfect.
Yeah. Did you get to do any touristy stuff? I see some.
Yeah, we went to like the Tower of London, which I always thought was in Paris, but it was a great time. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, I would go again for sure. I can't sleep on airplanes, and we flew. And, but I got to move around. But I liked it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was one of the coolest places I've ever been, and luckily for me, I've been a lot of places, but London was fun.
Did you get any special photos taken? Any touristy spots where you had to stop and?
I got a couple of them where I was like just hammered. I almost swore. That's how hammered I was.
Well,
yeah.
I believe there's one floating out on the interweb that, it's you in I wouldn't say a precarious position. You're just kind of, you're looking a little randy.
It's been a long time since I've been in a precarious position.
If anybody could be, though, it'd be the image that is floating out there via Twitter. It? You were there, not me.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's what happens when you drink absinthe in a foreign country. But yeah, it was a good time. I would go back again in a second. It was fun to see the Vikings win.
Are you an Austin Powers fan? Or
No. No.
So the joke really doesn't...
Mike Myers' only good movie is the Wayne's World.
Really?
The Austin Powers bit, how can you be funny doing the same thing over and over again?
From you? Come on.
Right, yeah, get a new bit. Right, yeah, get a new bit.
All right, we ready to talk Vikings?
Yeah.
So the Vikings 6-2 going into their bye week. Overall, your thoughts on the season, and then we'll dive into the quarterback situation here right away.
I don't know. It's tough because you look at the quarterbacks that they beat in their 4-game winning streak.
You'd say not so good?
Deshaun Kaiser was almost traded out of his job twice, but the Cleveland Browns are so inept they can't even make a trade.
For A.J. McCarron, a backup.
Mitchell Trubisky's, I don't think, has thrown for 200 yards yet. He's bad.
They've been doing a lot of running.
Yeah, he's bad though. But the defense of this team is so good, so how can you really complain?
Are you saying that our 6-2 isn't very good?
Well,
is that what I'm hearing you say?
Let's wait till they play Matt Ryan and Russell. Do they play Seattle? No.
I don't think we play Seattle.
You know what I mean? Let's see if they can beat some good quarterbacks. But 6-2,
where do you rank Kirk Cousins? So after the bye week, we got Washington.
Well, Kirk Cousins may be the next Vikings quarterback. So.
Well, that's. Do you want to dive straight into the quarterback
situation?
He's okay,
but they have no offensive line. So
Washington?
when they play, I think they're out. I think they might be out 3 starters.
Worse than what we were last year.
Oh yeah, and they they had quality offensive linemen. We didn't even have quality offensive starters. But yeah, 6-2. It's better than 2-6.
Yeah.
But after that Saints game, and the defense has only given up more than 20 points once, and that was to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh on the road.
That's amazing. They destroyed in the second half. I mean, they just kind of brushed Cleveland off like a bad cold.
They never made that, the game at half, it looked like it could have technically been in doubt, but I think a lot of Vikings fans weren't that nervous.
Cleveland's the worst NFL team, I think, maybe of all time. And I've said this, and this is not a joke, and I'm dead serious. The Alabama football team would beat Cleveland because the starting quarterback of Cleveland should be the quarterback at Notre Dame. Alabama would beat Notre Dame. Because Deshaun Kaiser came out early. He should be the starting quarterback at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Alabama would beat Cleveland. They're the worst NFL team I've ever seen.
Of all time.
Name 2 Cleveland
Browns. You think they're worse than the Lions that went winless?
Yes.
But that's a team
they
that
gave that game away. Did you see that Adam Thielen touchdown?
Yes.
You and I could have gotten
that was bad.
That was really bad.
He's standing
Case Keenum literally looks left.
And then turns.
And
he's all alone. He's not even moving.
Stood there. It's like 500 as a kid.
Oh, it was super easy.
Yeah.
So let's get to the quarterback situation. Case Keenum's team, he's 5-2 in games he's played, 4-2 in starts. Teddy Bridgewater, they got to make the decision by Wednesday. It's the bye week. He's been out for 15 months, and then you still got Sam Bradford lurking in the shadows of last year. He had that a reasonable year, good completion percentage, no offensive line, great game 1. Chicago was horrible for the half that he played. He looked like the old man that just wanted to fall down all the time.
Yeah, he was not good.
What do you think of this whole situation?
It's weird.
Is it a controversy, or are we making something up and this is Case Keenum's team?
Well, I don't know about if it's Case Keenum's team, because we've talked about it a lot on the Power Trip, is if you look at Case Keenum, the only thing Case Keenum does well is he gets out of the offensive line has played well. They haven't been great. We saw it in the Chicago game. Once Case came in and he could bootleg and move around, which Sam can't, but Sam can go through his reads quicker. It's kind of a catch-22 argument, because Sam can stand in that pocket, go 1, 2, 3, throw. Keenum maybe looks at one.
I'm not sure if catch-22 means what you think it means there.
The bit.
Okay. I'm sorry. I got stuck on that.
That's okay. But the other thing is, you just with Case Keenum is that first half of the Browns game, he was terrible. I mean, his passes are being batted down. The past 2 games, he was awful. The Green Bay game, he was bad. The Lions game, he was not good. So you look at it, and he's not this they don't have a guy that you could win you a 35-33 football game. But they don't have to be in 35-33 football games because the defense is so good. So the team he's on, he's great. But it's the situation. Case Keenum isn't a great quarterback.
So with what you're saying,
he's a backup quarterback.
He's a situational quarterback.
Teddy Bridgewater hasn't played since the fair last year.
Right. So do you think then, if you think that Case is a situational quarterback, do you think that Teddy overall, people say it's the coach's job to put somebody in there that's going to give you the best chance to win.
Yeah.
Do you think that even though he's been gone for 15 months,
Case Keenum right now gives you the best chance to win?
Well, then that's Case closed,
then you just
right?
He's good punt.
Well,
actually,
that wasn't supposed to be.
It's a good one, though.
I think it's Case also. I think he should be the starter, because I'm one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're winning. I don't know what the locker room politics is like. I don't need to know. I'm not in there. Did Teddy try to get people on his side? Did he say, hey, I've been at every meeting. I've been gone. This is my team. You're just keeping the seat warm for me until I'm back. Is he Zimmer's guy? Is Zim saying, hey, Teddy's a better athlete. He's going to fit the system?
Zimmer loves him. That's the one thing is right? Zimmer loves Teddy, but Teddy, we don't know what Teddy has. Deshaun Watson suffered that injury the other day.
Yeah.
It's a big injury.
ACL.
I mean, we saw it with the Zach Miller, the tight end of Chicago.
I have not watched that video.
I hadn't watched it either. And
I'm intentionally staying away from that.
One of my buddies screenshotted where he breaks. That's a huge injury. Teddy they thought they were going to have to
lose his leg.
Limb.
I know.
So we'll see if he can. We'll see. But right now, it works. The system they have going works. Case Keenum works as the quarterback. We don't know what we have in Teddy, but the one thing you have to do, and AJ pointed this out the other day, is they brought Bradford and Bridgewater. Bridgewater to London because they knew, because of the injury that they thought that maybe Case had to his chest. If you get him and he gets there and he can't play, you at least have to dress one of them, because I think McKinnon's your backup.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've gotten lucky that he hasn't gotten hurt, because Slaughter was a wide receiver, 6 months ago. I don't know. They're in trouble, but Case so far, as long as Case stays upright, they're in good shape.
Drink that water. You're hacking up here a little bit. You've had to excuse. Are you sick?
I'm probably sick from sharing a room with AJ in London.
I was going to say, it sounds like you might have a bug or something.
I better not be sick. Yes. I don't like being sick.
Stay healthy. You're a germaphobe and you're crabby.
Yeah,
so that's why we have our boxes. Stay away. On TV, it looks like we're so close, but we're really arm's length, so that
I don't like to be touched.
Keep you healthy.
Unless
you're not a huggy guy.
You have blonde hair, then you can touch me if you want.
Okay, that's creepy. Anything else on the team right now?
It's not creepy.
Do you say the quarterback controversy? Other than that, everything seems to be running very smoothly.
Everson Griffin's an MVP candidate.
Absolutely.
He's that good. Anthony Barr is,
there you go again.
Man.
God.
Keep talking.
Just talk to the wall back there. We'll put a camera back there. You'll be okay.
I do that at home. It's depressing.
So the rest of the team, you think everything, Barr?
Yeah, they're great on every level on that defense, and that's what they need. Xavier Rhodes is the best cornerback in the NFL. Harrison
Trey Waynes,
Smith.
What do you think? He used to be a weak spot. Do you think he's playing
actually
better?
Come around? I think he's kind of figured it out.
Look at that.
And a lot of that credit is towards Mike Zimmer. You got to give a lot of credit to Mike Zimmer
because he had the patience to stay with
he's
him
still
and
Marcus
coach him up.
Peters, who's one of the best corners in the league that they drafted over Trey Waynes, but you can't have everything.
You can't win them all.
You can't always get what you want, like Bob Dylan once said.
O-line.
The O-line's okay. The O-line
just
is
serviceable,
great.
better than last year.
The tackles are great, but we don't know about Remmers. Remmers went out with the concussion. Isadora was at left guard. We don't know much about him. He looked fine. But from what I saw, because of the side of the field we were standing on, they brought a lot of Kyle Rudolph over to help when they had to bring Rashad Hill in at left tackle, right tackle. But the one thing you can say about them from an offensive line standpoint is they have. Last year they just had bodies. This year,
big bodies, but not good bodies.
They have at least a little bit of decent depth. Isadora wasn't, a massive. There wasn't it wasn't bad. And even when they have to play, what's his face at right guard because they move pieces around, it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think minus the weird quarterback thing, McKinnon's fine. Latavius is fine.
Serviceable.
Diggs has kind of gone unnoticed.
With the
and Kyle has to block, so he's kind of.
Well, that's where Thielen comes in.
Right,
where he has been
unbelievable.
Yeah,
he's
just
always
getting open.
He's like Chris Carter was. He's anytime you need somebody to make a catch on third down, he's open.
Well, and he gets open. The article
he's
in the
more
paper
open than Hockey's sister.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think we'll take a break. We'll see if they.
What, I offend you?
No, no, you don't offend me. It's just.
Sure?
We'll see if Scott wants to. No, I thought that was a good joke. That's
Who's Scott?
Scott is Todd's assistant who puts everything together.
You should maybe seek help. It's just the two of us here.
Todd is. You know Todd.
No, I don't.
Yeah, the
no
Todd.
one likes Todd.
He's our Todd.
Even that guy who wants to be on the show hates Todd.
Everybody loves Todd. Anybody else you want to talk about with the Vikings, or should we get to our guest?
We can get to our guest because he'll know more about football than I
forgot
will.
to announce this at the beginning of the show. A tease.
Way to go!
See, we go 27 and a half minutes wall to wall now, so we don't have the teases.
27 and a half minutes.
Yes, you would.
Yeah,
so let's get to it. We are going to welcome former Minnesota Viking running back Chuck Foreman onto the stage. He needs no introduction to Vikings fans in the 70s. You were pretty much the face of the franchise, maybe behind one person. And this is the first question that I always ask for people who played for Bud Grant. I say, what was it like? I think he might have been maybe the face of the franchise there. What was it like to play for Bud?
Bud was a very honest guy. He always told you what you needed to know, not what you wanted to hear. And if you did that, you played. If you were a rookie, maybe not so much, but I was fortunate enough to play for him.
Did he treat you differently your rookie year than the rest of the 7 seasons that you played with the Vikings?
Well, the veterans kind of had, like the older guys had they had it easy for the most part. I mean, they could take off if they wanted, but he worked you hard. And back in the time when I played, it was really a training camp. It's not like a country club like it is now. You went and you had 2-a-days. It was 2-a-days, and you really worked hard. So it was a little bit
practices.
2 real practices. And Bud, he was smart about it. He knew when to turn it off and when to turn it up. So.
And with training camp, as you saw this stuff this year being the last year of Mankato,
right.
You'd see pictures of all you guys in full pads.
Full pads.
Full pads, even like right away. And you guys were there. It wasn't 2 weeks. It was a month and a half.
We were there 6 weeks.
Huh.
It was a long time.
Hot.
It was hot. It was miserable, but it was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I came in. They had a lot of great players that played. And I learned a lot from all of them. Oscar Reed, Bill Brown, Dave Osborne, Jim Marshall, Carl Elliott, every one of them were just, they made it a lot easier to play. That's because they were talented too.
Sure. the one minus the pass catching, the running back position really hasn't changed since it started. But the way you see it now, and you see a guy like Jerick McKinnon who can do all the above, what does that say for how great and valuable the running back position is in a game that it kind of went away from?
Right, I think they tried to devalue the running back position, but name me one team that wins the Super Bowl without one.
Yeah.
McKinnon, of course, I thought he had a lot of talent, but the first 2 years he was kind of dancing a little bit in the hole. This year I've seen a whole different player, and it's shown. Since we lost Cook and Murray's come in and done a great job too. So if those two guys can play and play up to the level they've been playing the last few games, I think they can do some good things.
I mean, the numbers you put up are only broken by Adrian Peterson. Then this year you see a guy come in like Cook.
Right.
What do you like about Dalvin Cook as a running back?
Well, I like everything about him. I think one of the things that he has is that he can play every down.
Yeah.
So you can bring in and your whole offensive concept changes everything because he's in there. He's either going to run it, catch it. He can definitely block. That's why he's in there. And when you can do all those things, it makes you an every down back, and it gives you a lot more versatility in your offense. And I think that's what he brings to to the game, and certainly the two guys we have taking his place are doing a phenomenal job. Of course, the offensive line is playing much better too.
Do you think that those are the traits that you were saying? Those are things that you brought to the game. And in
Right.
the 70s, were running backs, they obviously weren't utilized as much because that's where you set the receptions record.
Well, when we came in, we're the ones that set the tone for that particular offense. Jerry Burns put it in. Of course, now they call it the West Coast offense, but it's really the purple offense. And that's what, I guess, helped us change the concept of how they use running backs.
You played in all those Super Bowls. As
Right.
tough as it is, and you go back and you see it, and everybody's excuse always at the Vikings as well. They may have lost 4, but the Bills lost 4 in a row. Would you have rather lost the 4 you did or lose 4 in a row?
I wouldn't have wanted to lose any.
Yeah, that's probably the
But
correct answer, yeah.
But anyway, I was only there for 3, and I retired in '82. So I was with New England, but they
Yeah.
weren't as good as they are now at
Yeah.
the time. But man, it would have been nice to win, but losing, they forget the loser. But
Yeah.
we haven't been there in 40 years.
And you were the favorites in most of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
And-
want to bring it up, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. I
Kansas City
live with
game.
it every day. So
Yeah, I do too.
You know, so
I still
it's,
blame Ben
it's-
Lieber for the 09 game.
well, you
It
know,
wasn't
who
his
knows?
fault. That was a bad call. We all know it was a bad call.
Yeah, blame Randy Moss and Mike Morris for the 98 game. But
Oh wow. I think
that's a whole
wasn't there a
different
kicker in
issue.
there that missed something?
Yeah, it might have been Gary, but yeah, it's easier to blame Morris.
Might have been.
Yeah.
So let's go back to not necessarily training camp, but the way things are now in Winter Park, and obviously next year they're going to be in Egan, and things are
Right.
going to stay a little bit closer to the metro. With the way the game has changed, do you look at that and say it's amazing, or do you say, we used to have it, we'd stay in the dorms for 6 weeks, we had to play such hard practices, and now, they, like you said, country club.
It's
I
gonna be-
drive by that on 494, and it looks like it's going to be something
Right. It
amazing.
Looks, it is going to be amazing, no question about it. Probably be the best facility in the entire league. And I don't know how it's going to work out for the fans, but I'm thinking it's going to be a lot more fans there because they can just after work they can say, hey, I guess I'll go see the Vikings practice.
Sure.
How they have that access to the facility is another thing, but I think the Wills have put together a great facility, and hopefully the team will continue to get better, and the fans will continue to come out.
Do you think the lack of training camp maybe hurts the product? Because you see some of these guys, I mean, I would assume you guys played most of the preseason games. A lot of the stars don't play in the preseason
Right.
games. Then you get 1 or 2 games in, and it kind of looks like preseason football the first couple of weeks of
Right.
September.
I think it has an effect on the game and the product that you see the first few weeks, no question about
Yeah.
it. Injuries are up, production is down, and the overall game, you really don't see what teams are going to be on top until the first 5 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Then you start to see them separate.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that, and we're still in the hunt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. 5-time Pro Bowler, consecutive years.
Right.
Has the Pro Bowl changed? Was back then, was it almost like a badge of honor where you got to go to Hawaii, it was the Pro Bowl, and now people are like, man,
Well-
it's another game, I don't know if I want to have to go.
We didn't go to Hawaii.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we went to Miami, Kansas
well.
City.
Kansas
Yeah,
City.
Yeah, we had.
I'm
we
sure
had
the weather
our
was-
Pro Bowls
was
weren't
great
like
back
that.
then.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like it was totally different. Okay, let me just give you another difference maker. Okay, when I came into the league, 12 player picked in the whole draft, right? At my talent level, okay, I made $26,000 my first year. Of course, my students think I made $1 million a year because I teach over in Bloomington. But 26,000, that comes out to be about what?
That's a lot of
2,000
money
a
to
game.
Meatsauce.
Yeah.
All right?
That's about what I
Today,
make.
if I would be playing football with my skill set, I'd be making $1.7 million per game.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't clap. I'm mad.
Born in the wrong era.
Wrong era, but still,
Yeah.
you know, I'm glad to see the guys are doing it. And
Yeah, well, it's because of guys like you, though,
Right.
that's why they get
well,
paid.
I'm glad to hear that. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, my main concern right now is the Vikings stay on this winning streak, because you know what happened last year.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
that's
yeah.
right.
Coming off of that
The bye
bye
week.
week.
That's the thing, though, and you
Right.
can answer that unlike Matt and I can, but you get into a game situation like this where what happens during the bye week? That team couldn't have looked more flat. Is it that you go
I
home
don't-
and people start telling you how good you are? You get
Or you just get away from
Right,
it,
you
your
get
day-to-day
away- yeah.
stuff is
I don't
different.
know, but I think with our particular team last year, I think we had a lot of talent on there, but not a lot of great experience. But fortunately for us, when I played here, We had a lot of veteran players, no
Yeah.
question about it, and they talked about it all the time. Make sure when you go for a couple days, you come back and be ready and don't do anything stupid,
Yeah.
or things like that. But I don't know. I mean, for me, if I were playing today, I wouldn't even take that week off. I'd be here waiting because I want to get another paycheck.
Hitting the gym, lifting
And I
weights.
want to sign another long-term contract. But no, I'm not taking anything. I'm just joking a little bit. But I think we have what I think a great defense. You remember when the Baltimore Ravens won?
Yeah.
Defense.
They had that great defense.
Yeah, that's what
And
the
all
Vikings
Trent
have.
Dilfer had to do was just
Maintain
and don't make any mistakes.
Keep the car on the road.
Even that's all he
Right.
had to do a couple years
And I
ago.
listened to you talking about Case Keenum.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do.
Just keep the car
Just
on
keep
the road.
the car on the road.
That's it.
And don't make any
Yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah.
And hey, we might be going to a Super Bowl.
I was going to say, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you think we make the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
The first team to have it at
I think
home?
we can make the Super Bowl if they come back and that defense plays, and we continue to improve like they are. The offensive line, which has been a weak spot, if they continue to produce, offense continues to produce, and that defense continues to stay on that high level, there's no telling where they can go.
Yeah, the defense
Wonderful.
is phenomenal.
I think so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's thank Chuck Foreman.
Thank you.
So Chuck Foreman says the Vikings are making it to the Super Bowl, but if you want to come here to Mystic Lake every Sunday morning, you can pick those weekly games, win free money, free slot play, and it's a progressive jackpot. You could win up to $5,000 at the end of the season.
Sweet.
You like free rides, right? You don't want to drive
Yeah,
anywhere.
I do.
If you come here, if it's a home game, you get the complimentary bus service. They will shuttle you right here from Mystic Lake and Prior Lake to US Bank Stadium and back. No parking, no traffic, no worries. And guess what? On your return back, $10 dining credit. Sounds like a
The
good
best.
deal.
Yeah, that's a great deal.
Other great deals that we got going on here at Mystic Lake. Penn and Teller, November 10th, 8 p.m. at the Mystic Showroom. The week after that, November 17th, Jeff Foxworthy will be at the showroom at 8 o'clock. We just missed the show. You were there.
Yeah.
Saturday night, Thunder from Down Under. I think you and Todd
Yeah,
were
Todd and I were there. Todd went backstage. I never saw him again.
Really?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
disappeared.
Came out with some weird tan lines on his face. I think he was wearing like those old aviation goggles.
Nice. Were you guys sitting in the splash zone?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
get...
we called it something else, but yeah, it was fun.
Todd's like, hey, get on with the show. Get on. No more talk of my adventures with Thunder
Todd's
from Down
back.
Under.
Thank God, I was worried.
Todd is here.
Yeah.
The Todd. All right, we got a few more minutes left. Let's get to the segment, Honest Opinion. It's been a couple weeks without you. I'm going to throw some of these out there. You can be do whatever you want with it.
Okay.
National Radio Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Local, Tom Bernard. I know he's a competitor
Yeah.
of yours.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about him being in the
Tom
Hall of
Bernard's
Fame?
an idol of mine. I grew up listening to him as a kid. He's off the radio. He's one of the nicest guys on the planet. The Hall of Fame's made for guys like that. I consider him a good friend of mine. Yeah, he's a wonderful human being.
Is it a personal goal of yours? And I'm not trying to put you on
They
the
never put me in the
No,
Hall of
but
Fame.
do you like trying to get awards, honors, recognition, or you do say
I'm not good enough on the radio to get
you
an
are
award.
fantastic? You're in my personal Hall of Fame. You're
I
in the
appreciate
Meatsauce
that.
and Monty Hall of Fame. You're our inaugural member.
Cool.
Your picture's up there every week. So
Todd's in the Thunder Down Under Hall of Fame, I heard. The backstage.
after he
Hall of Fame.
disappeared.
Yeah. Well, something disappeared.
Joe Mauer, Beauty and the Beast Halloween costume with his
Great.
twin daughters.
Great. Adorable.
Did you? That's.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
wondering if you'd
yeah.
think,
Oh,
man.
no.
No, it was
wins.
adorable.
It was. Those kids. Yeah.
The sad part, he had the full costume on,
Yeah.
but you could still tell it was
That
Joe
he's just
Mauer.
bored. He looks bored. Yeah. It was a great costume.
You can tell he's like,
yeah.
kind of slow.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, when you see athletes like as real people, and they're dads and sons. It was a cool moment. Yeah. The Twins do a great job of that. They tweeted all the guys.
It was everywhere.
Kyle Gibson and his family, and then
Dozier.
Yeah, it was great.
No, it's a good PR thing.
Right,
And
and they're great at it. Dustin Morris and all those guys are great over there.
Papa John's CEO and founder, John, I think it's Schnatter? I don't know.
Do you know that was started in a closet of a bar in Kentucky, Louisville? Yeah.
I don't know if I can trust you or
No,
if
I'm dead
that's
serious
legit.
because the
I'm sure a lot of
stadium
things have happened in a closet
that
in
Louisville, that Louisville plays in is the Papa John's bit.
Yeah.
And it was started there. It was and it was an initials clue. It was
Oh,
started
so-
in a broom closet.
So that's how you remember
Oh,
it. is
AJ got
tie
it,
it back
but
into
yeah,
your
yeah, of
initials.
course. Well, yeah.
So he's saying that their sales are down, and he's blaming the NFL and the protests. your reaction to that. I just think less people are buying Papa John's.
Yeah.
There's no other. I mean, do you really think?
I'd rather have Green Mill.
Todd, get Green Mill on our show. Let's get some Green Mill in
Stop
here.
talking to nobody.
I got Todd there. Will Ferrell was talking
Yeah.
to New York Daily News. He said Anchorman Ron Burgundy was the favorite role that he's ever had. Do you think it's his best role, or is there something else?
Anchorman in the very beginning when he says lanolin like sheep's wool, or says maybe next time you don't wear a bra, that's genius. The second one's one of the worst movies ever.
Second one is one of the only movies I've actually turned out. I was watching it. I'm like,
have you seen Dumb and Dumber 2?
No.
That's
I
god awful.
The originals, you just don't try to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And Dumb and Dumber was on. The guy in front of us on the way back from London was watching it. In silence, he couldn't hear it. It's still funny, of course.
Just watching
it's
Jim
brilliant.
Carrey.
Yeah.
Last one, more entertainment. Lion King, live action movie, July of 2019. It's got Donald Glover, Beyonce, James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, they've done Jungle Book, they've done Beauty and the Beast. Do you say this is a good thing, or do you say they are just milking old
I think it's a
shows?
great thing.
Really?
The Jungle Book's boring. I turn it off halfway through.
What?
Yeah, Jungle
It's
Book's
one of the-
stupid. No, it's
Jungle
dumb.
Book.
It's not enough action and like magic and
stupid.
I love if they do an Aladdin one, that'd be cool. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
So
what
you
else
just
are they
go back
gonna
to
do?
the classics, keep playing the
Who
hits?
cares? Yeah,
Make more
that's what
money
I do.
off it?
Just play the hits, man. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just play the hits.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got time for picks, and then we're going to do what's in the box. We got to hammer this out here in a minute. Picks. I'm 6-2. You're 3-5. Common was right in your. We both picked the Vikings last week. It was easy. Vikings on the bye week. We're going to go Lions, Packers, Monday Night Football. You're losing. I'm going to let you
Lions.
go first. You're going Lions.
The Packers won't win a game.
I'm going to pick Packers just because I'm going to go
That's dumb.
opposite of you. Well,
I appreciate it.
They're at home and it's Monday night. I'm
No,
giving you a
they
chance.
won't win
here.
another game.
We're at the halfway point of the
Packers
season.
won't win another game.
I'm going to blow a 3-game lead. I don't think so. So I'm going to go
Packers
opposite
will
you.
not win another game.
So you got Lions. I got Packers. All right. Let's hammer this out. We're going to get what's in the box, courtesy of Todd. So this is a segment that Todd loves. It hasn't been around since week 1. What's in the box? He says it's Super Bowl related and that you can take this however you want. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead, take that out there.
Oh.
That's your.
This is Todd's.
This is Todd's
He got
personal
this last
collection.
night. He tried to trade this for Thunder Down Under tickets, but luckily Mystic Lake just gave them to him.
JT 2001 collectible, Best Buy only.
He's still handsome.
eBay, I think this fetches
sync whales.
$2. All right, that's going to do it for Meatsauce Monty. Super Bowl 52. Oh, a smooch from JT. Look at that. All right, we'll see you back here next Sunday.